Hello YouTube, this is Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Today I'm working on the piece Reaching. We've been talking about this piece for about a week now. This piece I was in a storm twice, and like I said, the person that had it at their law office didn't have it bolted down or staked down to the ground, so the wind blew it over. So this had kind of broken loose, which was weird. This was damaged. This on the other side was damaged. All the plate up top here was damaged. So, and he, like I said in other videos, he never caught us to tell us that it had blown over into a storm. He and some of the guys, whatever, from the office just picked it up, put it back in place, and didn't say anything. So my wife and I, we were in that area in Ohio about a month ago. We went by to clean it. I know I mentioned all this in the previous videos, but for people that didn't see the previous video, I'm just kind of catching them up on it. We went by the office just to clean it like we normally do. Was get something, just go by there and get all the burp or whatever off, just to keep them looking good. And I was wiping this area right here, and I heard some kind of clacking noise. Couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It just didn't make sense. So lo and behold, I found out that this wheel or donut had broken loose from the welding inside, from it falling forward to the ground and hitting this square on twice. And so that came loose. And so that's when we contacted the guy that owns the building. He's the lawyer. We told him we were going to just take it with us, and we're just going to repair it at no cost, just as a courtesy. He's just a nice guy. He bought 2 pieces from us, bought a painting for my son, so his office has a lot of our art inside. So I'm not going to charge him for this. But all the work that I've done on this piece, if it was someone else, it would probably be somewhere around $800 to $1,000 just for the repair that I've done on it. But it's almost ready now. This is in place. Everything is solid. I redid this on the opposite side. Redid this on the opposite side. Cut this plate out in here. Cut it out. Put a new piece in. Then I put the donut back on, but it just wasn't lining up properly. So I said to myself, and even from the beginning, when I first made this piece, it was lined up okay, but it just wasn't lined up properly. So what I did, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I just took this whole thing and just cut it on both sides. I took this whole piece off and made some adjustments to it. Re-TIG welded it on both sides, got it lined up, put the donut in, and just re-welded it. So it's ready to go now. I mean, it's very solid. And you hit it. Some of the movement from the floor not being quite even, so you get a little bit of movement from it, which is fine. But what I'm going to do, now that I know where it's headed back to, I'm going to put what's called a gusset on it. And this is what a gusset looks like for me, from what we do. It looks like this. This is cardboard cutout. I'm going to be making it out of Corten steel. I have some on the table here. It looks going to look sort of like this, but normally after I finish grinding it and shaping it, it'll look slightly different, but it'll be about the same. But what this does is it'll go right down here, right in the middle. So I'll be welding it dead center of this piece down here, right in the center. And it just adds something to the lower portion of our sculptures. It's just a nice design. And what we do as opposed to having this, all this positive space, will cut out a circle out of the center. That'll give it negative space. So when you look at it, it's just not this flat piece of metal down there, but there's a hole in it that plays off the top hole. And what this is actually there for is to strengthen the piece even more, because now there's a little bit of flex in it because it's just standing on the point. Everything's supported by this point right here. But when we put the gusset on, I'm going to weld it to this bottom plate. I'm going to weld it underneath here all the way up. So it's sitting like that. Weld it to the bottom. Weld it all the way up on both sides of the piece. And it'll look like it was originally made like that. Which most of them are made like that. But then certain ones we just let balance on the point, you know, just for aesthetics as well. So today I'm making this gusset, and I'm using some 10 gauge Corten. Like I said, I'm going to be cutting out a hole in the metal, which I just did, and I'll show you guys. Cut out my hole, I used a 2-inch hole saw. This is a brand new hole saw by Diablo. And you just put on your drill, put it on where you want to drill through, and now I just take my punch and just punch a hole. I'll take this guy here, put it on the metal, punch it, it'll get a little indent. And then I can either take this drill bit, put on that punch hole and drill through, but I'll take another metal drill bit, the smaller, and just get a better hole started. I'll drill all the way through. So when I put this on, it'll just sink right in. Then I'll just go right to cutting with these teeth, so it won't go off center one way or the other with just trying to run on the metal. So I have this 2-inch. This is a 3-inch, a 4-inch, 3.5. I have multiple of these hole saws, and then in this kit I have more, and this is by Diablo. Excellent. I use either Diablo hole saws or Milwaukee, one or the other. They're excellent. They last a long time, and as long as you don't get them too hot, they'll last forever. So, just to let you guys see, you guys probably cannot see it, but this is the flat bottom. I'm going to follow this line going all the way up. There's another line back here, I'm sure you guys can't see it. I'm going to follow this line all the way up with my plasma cutter. And then after I do that, I'll take my grinder and just put my final shape on. I'm going to follow this line up here as close as possible, because that's going to match the line or the shape, the concave shape on the bottom of that. And this bottom has to be flat, but I can play around with this back side because it's not in contact with anything, so that's when I really get my shapes to the back side. So I'm just going to clamp it down. Got my plasma cutter already going. And it's really just following the lines, just tracing the lines as best I can. And like I said, on this portion, it's going to touching that concave area, I have to be as careful as I can with that so I'm not cutting too much off. Alright. So you guys will be able to see as much as I can get you in here to see. It's going to be kind of bright because I'll be using this plasma cutter. Alright. Alright, not too bad. Now the important part. I'm going to change my helmet because it's too dark. Can't see it. Can't afford to mess this up. Alright, and that's what it looks like in its rough stage. So now I just got to get my my grinder and go around and trace this line as best I can, and then I'll just kind of do a kind of design or something. Just kind of follow these lines here, just kind of shape it out, make it look a little bit smoother, a bit better. Alright, it's going to be a little noisy with the grinder. I'll turn this plasma cutter off. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to get this piece done for the law office because we received a call, or my wife did last week, about a lady that saw us at a show probably a couple months ago, and she wanted to purchase one of our pieces or have us make one for her. So we went to her home yesterday. We took like 6 different pieces with us just so she could see, because she wanted to put them up on this wall. So as you walk into the house, there's this tall wall that she wanted to put some pieces up there, and as they sit in the family room, they can see the pieces also. So we went there, we took these pieces with us, And the piece that we were not planning on even taking is the one we call curls. It's 2 pieces stacked. They go up, they swirl around. One have like a ball in the center floating, and I do one that's the ball is sitting on the base. Stands about 2 feet tall. And so, like I said, that was the piece that we didn't think they would like, but they fell in love with that piece. But the space that they wanted in is huge, big area. So we decided to make a piece based on curls, but we're going to make it bigger, probably about 3 feet tall and much wider. So we're going to, as opposed to doing 2 pieces like we normally do stacked, we'll probably do 3 pieces stacked. Probably would have each of them about 9 inches wide, going up to 0. Stacking them up, having it go in, curl directions, and having to put a larger ball on it because I just wanted to fill the space more. So that's another commission we picked up yesterday. So I'm trying to get this piece done and get it delivered back to the lawyer. Starting her piece tomorrow, so I'm probably to go to the supply house and just pick up a sheet of just mild steel, just a small sheet. And then I think the normal base is about 6.5, 7 inches in diameter. We're going to expand it up probably about 9 to 10 inch diameter, just to support all this stuff going on. So that's kind of why I'm kind of stepping up my pace on this to get this finished. And then, like I said, I'll be starting on that other piece tomorrow. And then we have another piece, Child's Play, that this owner of a packaging company wants us to make for a friend of he and his wife's who also own a packaging company. So we're gonna make it a little bit bigger than we normally do, and have the top box. We normally have the top box just flat. It's just a square box stacked on top, but we're gonna make this piece appear to be just your regular boxes. So the top piece is gonna have like flaps opened up, like you open flaps on a box. So the top piece will be flaps opened up, and we'll have the company logo on the top portion. So it's going to be an interesting project to do, but the season has kind of slowed down some, so we're able to do more commission type stuff, which I like because we're doing different stuff. Just because normally during the season we'll make pieces that we've already made again because people buy it, then we'll make it again, and I'll have some time to make new pieces, but I'm still having to replenish the piece that we've sold because we know that those pieces sell. So this time of year kind of slows a little bit, and so we're able to do like more commission pieces, which is what I like to do. Alright, so I'm going to do some grinding on this gusset, trying to get the line smooth, just so you can kind of see how we do it. Alright, it's going to be a little noisy. So you might want to turn your volume down a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my apron on so I'm not getting all the metal shards into my new hoodie. I want to try and keep this one as long as I can, because usually when I wear like hoodies and stuff, I burn holes through everything because I'm using the grinder and it's throwing all the sparks back into my belly area, and it's burning holes through everything I wear. And as you can see, even with this apron, it has holes in it. And here we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just take it and lay it on here and just see if it is even close to following the line. Not bad, not bad. What I just did was I took some of the bottom off because there's a weld in that seam down there, so I want this to sit over the weld. Almost perfect. All right, let me take a little of this rear off. Take just a little bit more off this rear, just off that little point there. That'll be just about good. And that's what it looks like. So what I'll be doing next is just grinding out the center, clean that up a little bit. And I'm using a 60 drum sander bit. So what I'll do now is just go on the inside. Fits up perfectly. Alright guys, so that's how we make our gussets. So what I'll do now is I'll just I'll lay this down, get this lined up just right in the center, and I'll just start welding it along the sides, both sides, all the way up the front in this section on both sides. And that'll help support the piece. It won't be able to move when the wind blows hard. It won't be able to move it at all. It'll be just solid. Okay guys, that's going to do it for this video. As promised, I told you guys I will keep you updated on this piece. So this will be the last thing that I'll do to it mechanically. And then after I get this on, I'll finish this up in the next little while. And then probably tomorrow morning, I will start passivating it. I'll use the machine to get these welds. I'll put a couple welds here on both sides. And then I'll use a chemical to passivate everything else, because everything, for the most part, has been re-grinded. We put new grind patterns in. The piece really is like new. So when he get it back, it'll be like new. He's had it for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. But when he gets it back, it'll be a brand new piece. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for me for this video. Again, this is Bryant Tubbs, and I want to just say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.